Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel Smart Study with Shivani. Today I am posting the video, but it's after a long time that I have made the video. It's about the science. We will be learning about respiratory system grade 6 of the chapter human body system. What do you mean by the word respiration? The respiration is basically a process which all the living things undergo to create the energy they need to live. So, whether they are plants, animals, human beings, microorganisms, all living beings undergo this process of respiration because they need energy to live. So, the system which is involved in the exchange of respiratory gases which helps in breathing is termed as respiratory system. So, basically, over here, the important word is exchange of the gases. Now, which gases are involved? We all know that we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. So, oxygen and carbon dioxide, they are the important respiratory gases which get exchanged in the process of respiratory system. So, the process of getting oxygen into our body and releasing carbon dioxide is called respiration. Now, we will be learning about parts of respiratory system. It is having a pair of lungs, that is two lungs, then air tubes leading from mouth and nose to the lungs. Muscles in the chest that allow air to move in and move out of the lungs. Over here in this diagram, you can clearly see that the nasal cavity which connects the nose, and then below it gets connected to the pharynx and larynx, and through trachea the air enters into the lungs. Over here, this system is very similar to that of a plant root and shoot system. The stem, which is above the soil, is nothing but the trachea. I am just resembling this thing with a plant structure so that it is easy for you to recall and prepare it for the exam. So now the stem part is nothing but the trachea. Then in the soil we have roots. So the main root is the bronchi. They are two in number from trachea. They split into two parts. One goes to the right lung and another it goes to the left lung. And bronchi, then they have sub roots which are termed as bronchioles. So the important part is stem is trachea, main root is bronchi, and the side roots or the side branches, they are bronchioles. And at the end they have air holes. Now there is a diaphragm, which is a muscle which gets contracted and relaxed, that we will study in the later part of the video. Talking about the lungs, it is located in the chest and it is protected by the ribs. So now if the question comes that which two organs are protected by the ribs, then first will be the heart, which is of circulatory system, and lungs of respiratory system. So answer is heart and lungs are the two important organs protected by the ribs or rib cage. Lungs, they are stretchy sponges which are filled up with the air. As we inhale air, the lungs are filled up and they get expanded. The number of times we breathe in and breathe out in 1 minute is called breathing rate. Now, our breathing rate, the steady breathing rate, normal breathing rate is 16 times every minute. So, we breathe in and breathe out about 16 times every minute. So when we do physical activities like playing cricket, football, swimming, and many more activities, climbing mountains, staircase, our breathing rate increases because we require more energy to perform or to execute this particular action or activity. Breathing rate varies, or breathing rate are different for a kid or adult or a senior citizen. So we can say that age is one of the factors responsible for different breathing rates. Similarly, gender, that you are a male or a female, lack of proper sleep, lack of healthy food habit are also other factors responsible for the breathing rate. Now we will understand the mechanism or the functioning of our lungs and diaphragm with a diagram. This process is of breathing in and breathing out. Over here we will first study that when we inhale the air through our nose and mouth through the trachea, it enters into the lungs. Now, lung being a spongy muscle, it is filled up with the air, so lungs are expanded. So as the rib cage also expands and it moves outward and upward. Because of this thing, diaphragm gets contracted and it moves downward. So in the breathing in process, when the air is inhaled through the nose, it enters to the lungs through trachea. Then the lungs are filled with air, so it is expanded. The chest becomes broader, ribcage expands and it moves outward and upward. Diaphragm is contracted and it slowly moves down. Now, exactly opposite happens when we do exhalation or when the air is moved out. So once the impure air, which is full of carbon dioxide, is exhaled out or moves out, we will study what happens. Now the lungs get back to its normal position, ribcage gets smaller, so it will go inward and downward. Air is pushed out of the nostrils and the diaphragm gets back to its normal position, or it relaxes and it moves upward. Again explaining the process, when the air is full of carbon dioxide, it doesn't stay into our body, it is exhaled out. So the lungs become normal in size, the ribcage which has gone outward will come inward and it will go downward. Diaphragm relaxes, get back to its normal position, so it moves up, and finally the air is exhaled out through our nose. That's all from my end today regarding respiratory system. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Have a good day. Thank you.